Hey. So I have two different posts that are going viral on Instagram right now, and a lot of questions and way more people than I can respond to. So what I decided to do was create a masterclass to show you exactly how you can achieve this. Now, there's two different things that you can do. You can do this manually or you can do this automated. And I plan on doing it as automated as possible with AI. AI just gives me the ability to be in more than one place at one time. I've been in business, I've been fully self-employed for almost 15 years now. And let me tell you, I've had over 100 employees, over 100, because I've had to build out teams to help me with different parts of my business. And now you don't have to because AI can do the work of several people. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that and how I just built out a six-figure passive business that I'm going to be able to run literally in probably an hour to 2 hours a day. So let's jump into this. And I want you to know that it might be a little bit overwhelming for you if you're a complete beginner. So that's why I'm going to give you this video so that you can go over it time and time and time again. Because the more you start to get familiar with this process, the easier it all becomes. Otherwise, I wouldn't know it either, right? So with that, let's jump in. I'm going to share screens, like get a notepad, grab you a bottle of water, get ready to take some notes and to learn some real information and to show you exactly how I built this system and how you can do the same thing. All right, so first I'm going to share my screen. And I created like a little presentation for this just because I'm going to just share my entire screen so nothing, just because I want to make sure that nothing is missed and that you understand everything that I'm teaching you today. So this is the semi-passive playbook. So like I mentioned before, my name is Shawana and I'm a busy mom, a football mom, and an entrepreneur who's been self-employed since my son was 5 years old. He's now 20, he'll be 21. So for years, I built businesses that's worked, but needed so much of my time, so much of my energy, my face, my coaching, my calls, and my constant presence. So now I'm building something different, a digital product system that can support my real life without needing my whole life. Now, I don't know if you relate to this, but I legit don't know if it's because, I was an oldest child, I'm a single mom. Like, I don't know what it is in my life that made me feel like I had to be the boss of everything and I had to be the end all be all. And it was very hard for me to like delegate and trust other people to come in to help support me in my business. And by the way, I plan on getting through this in about, I'd say 45 minutes. So I'm going to like skim through these, but there's literally literal examples of everything. So I'm just saying, going back to it. I thought that I needed to be the end all be all, especially because I'm like, this is my business, right? I have to be immersed in this business. But let me tell you, when my son, my only child, graduated and went off to college, I had to sit with the fact that my business needed me every day to operate. And it wasn't so fun anymore because how do I live my life as an empty nester when I'm stuck, right? So I put myself on a mission to figure out how to do this passively. So this is actually something that I've been working on since 2024 when my son graduated, just to figure out the best tools and the best resources to make this as hands off as possible. And you will see that literally I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how crazy this is because even the videos or the posts that are going viral right now, like I'm not posting those. I'm going to show you. Okay. So let's see. Let's go down. Okay. So if I had to build a digital product business from scratch in the next 90 days, which is exactly what I'm doing and I'm sharing with you, this is the exact nine-step system I would follow. And the crazy part is I'm not teaching this from theory. Again, I'm building this in real time. So welcome to part one of the semi-passive playbook. This is a series where I'm going to document everything about building an automated business. Now, I'm turning this into a series to create more bite-sized videos, but this one video is going to be a complete overview of the system. So that's why I said if you get overwhelmed by anything, I really want you to comment below and let me know, what do you need more clarity on? Did I say any words that you feel like went over your head? Because I am very techie, I am very technical. Again, I've been self-employed for almost 15 years and working with different businesses and different things like that. I use different words that are not always beginner friendly, but I learned by getting feedback from you and giving me context to tell me, what do I need to clarify more? And I'll be happy to clarify it. Also, knowing that I work with clients all over the world, and a lot of times English isn't their first language. And I speak Spanish, so I understand what it is to be overwhelmed by certain words that are in a different language. So, again, let me know in the comments if there's anything that overwhelms you. I just want to give you the system in an overview so that you can identify, maybe you already have some of these pieces in place, maybe you have none of them in place at all, but I cracked the code to a six-figure digital business. I'm testing it. Let's jump into this. So this is why the series exists, is because I'm building this because I want another business that doesn't need me all day. I have high ticket coaching programs. So I started creating digital products in 2020 when my beauty business was shut down and I was home with my son because I was just a year out of eviction. And I'm like, how am I going to do this? Like, what am I going to do? How am I going to keep a roof over our head? I was in complete panic. And actually, I was talking to my employees and we were brainstorming because I didn't want to fire them, but I'm like, my income stopped until who knows when. And my main assistant, my executive assistant said, well, why don't you start helping some of the people who've been asking for your help and you haven't had the time? And so I started booking calls with people and helping people as much as I could one on one. But what became challenging was, again, my time. I only have so many hours in a day, even being home most of the day, right? So then what I decided to do was create a digital product, because this digital product now gave them something, right, that they can keep with them, refer to, go over, and it makes sense when it makes sense to them. So once I did that, now that expanded how I can get in front of people. But the challenging part was, again, there was no automations. There was nothing that I'm going to show you today. So first of all, it would take months to build out a digital product if we wanted to expand on that, which we did, but also delivering it. We had to manually email everybody who purchased it to deliver it. It was so ghetto. It was so ghetto, but it was what we had to do because I'm in survival mode. I'm a mama bear. I have a kid to support in addition to myself by myself. So this is what I did. So now I don't want to be glued to my phone. I don't want to be manually sending links. I don't want to have to DM everybody. I will show you a little bit later in this. I'll pull up the post again. The last time I looked, there were 463 comments on one of the posts, and there's another one going viral right now. So how much time would it take me to refer to all those people? I'm going to show you how, or respond. I'm going to show you how everybody was responded to without me having to lift a finger, y'all. So I also don't want to explain everything over and over again. I built this because I want a system. I want a product. I want a sales page, a way for them to purchase, a way for them to receive it, content that I can post, even if I don't have to create the content, the AI, the automation, and the refinement of the process. So the reason why I know that this is a six-figure business is because it only takes you making $274 a day. Yeah, $274 a day is six figures a year. So long as this product that I created can bring in $274 a day, it is on the trajectory of being a six-figure business. And the more I market, the more eyes get in front of it, the higher likelihood of even more purchases. So it can even expand beyond that. But again, you are going to see that this is all hands off for the most part. And no one is teaching this. I've literally never seen this system. It took me a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy, and working with a lot of people to put this together. And that's why I'm so passionate about it and passionate about showing you how to do it. Okay, so here's an overview of the 9-step playbook that I created. And playbook is like a play on words because, my son, he plays college football now. So, well, he's been playing college football, but he just went to the University of Utah. And so this playbook, I'm a sports mom, I'm a football mom. So anyway, step one, find a problem that people already want solved. Not necessarily the problem you want to solve, the problem that people want solved. That's a problem that I used to have as a coach. I used to create digital products like, oh, this is going to kill it. Like people need this information. They're like, but I don't want it. I asked for this. And I'm like, oh. So find a problem people already want solved. Choose a simple solution based on the experience and the knowledge that you already have, because I'm a firm believer that you don't have to go back and get another degree, go take another class, need another certification to give yourself permission to just do this. Step 3, package the product around that result. Step 4, create the sales page that explains the value. This is like a one-page website that's going to explain to them how this product that you created solves their problem specifically. Then you're going to set up checkout and automated delivery. You're going to research content that is already working so that you can go viral quicker, like I just did. You can create a content system that you can maintain, automate the response process, and then decide based on the content, do you want it to be face forward or faceless? And I'm going to show you the difference between the both of those. And then from there, you literally rinse and repeat. Set all of these things up, rinse and repeat. Okay, so the question you might ask yourself is, what problem can I help someone solve? And the first step, again, is not creating the product, designing the logo, building the website, because that's where a lot of people want to start because it takes them away from the actual important part, right? That's the fun stuff, the creating the logo, the colors, the mock-ups, the I can't even think of the word, but like the color palette, basically. What fonts do you want to use? Like all that stuff is fun, but it's not relevant if you don't have anyone that wants to purchase your products. And I've always believed in having a supply to meet the demand, which is why it took me so long to build this product before ever even bringing it to the market. So the first step is finding a problem. Next, you want to create the product around it because, again, nobody cares about what you want to create. And that's not what's important. What's important is what are people going to pay for if you want a business. If you don't want a business and you just want to do this as a hobby, then the money doesn't matter. You don't make it about the money. Then you create something that you're passionate about and you share it with people. But I'm taking care of two households, so that's not my reality. So it doesn't matter how pretty the product is or how many templates are inside. People need immediate understanding of why this matters to them. Write that down. People need to immediately understand why this matters to them because that's the only way that they're going to take the next step and purchase this product from you. Okay, so here's how I answer step one. The problem for me was that a lot of busy moms and busy women that want to make money online feel overwhelmed because they don't have the time, they don't have the energy, they don't have the mental space to create everything from scratch. They may have ideas, they may have experience, they may have knowledge, they may know what they want to sell online, but they get stuck because they don't know what to create, how to package it, how to explain it, or how to actually sell it. This is from feedback that I've gotten from the person that I know I created this product for. So I would ask women, what do you struggle with? When I would post content or people knew that I created digital products and they're like, I wish that I could. I used to be at my son's football games when he was in high school, in between games, tucked in a corner somewhere working on my digital products. This is, again, pandemic time. And people used to always say, I want to do it, but how do you find the time? You find the time in little pockets of time. So why this problem matters, I understand it because I'm a busy mom too. And I know how it feels to want more freedom, more flexibility, more income, but also feel like you actually have a life that, or you already do have a life that requires so much of you. You don't want a business that's going to require so much anyway. And I have for years. Again, I've had a business for 20 years, been self-employed for almost 15. So that was the problem that I wanted to solve. And every step after that becomes easier when the problem is clear. So the product becomes easier, the content becomes easier, the sales page becomes easier, the offer becomes easier, and the messaging becomes easier. Because if you are talking to your kids and you are imparting knowledge into them and they keep doing something and you're like, don't do this because XYZ, you are speaking exactly to the reason why they shouldn't do that very thing. You can flip that over and tell people who are dealing with real life problems that you've already solved, here is how you fix that. Here is how you get out of that pain. I've already figured out that solution. I've already went through the painful part of it that you did. So let me make it easier for you so it doesn't take you so long to get to the other side of it because it did for me. And that is the most gratifying feeling in the world. When I help somebody make their first $10,000 month in their beauty business, it made me feel like every struggle that I had, being evicted, moving to a new state, starting from scratch, not knowing anybody, it was all worth it because now I'm able to help somebody else get to this faster from my experience. Through me crawling through the mud, figuring it out, I'm able to help somebody else do this easier. And then that expanded into more and more and more people. And I've literally changed people's lives from the hardships that I went through. So why are those not enough? And I want you to ask yourself that. And if you struggle with making money online, I want you to ask yourself, why were your hardships not enough for them to be profitable for you? Why are they not valuable enough? Because that's a traumatic thing. That's a traumatic response to not doing this, right? So step one, find the problem that people already want solved. The next question I want you to ask yourself is, what is the simple solution I can create? So once you know the problem, the next step is choosing the solution. This is where people overcomplicate things. They think their first digital product has to be a huge course, a complicated membership, or a giant program, and it does not. If you're brand new, I would start with one simple digital product. And a lot of people do that. I started with a simple digital product. I created a bundle now that's what's going viral because I wanted to create more resources based, or actually, I took a lot of the resources that I created and even had other people create for me, and I brought them all together and put them into a bundle. But it started with one digital product, and that one digital product can, again, scale you to an entire coaching program. So it does not, it does not have to be, wait, but it does not. Oh, it doesn't have to be all those things. Sorry, I talked too much. But if you're brand new, I would start with one simple digital product. So here's an example. This could be a guide, a workbook, a checklist, a planner, mini trainings, a content plan, a resource list. It should help one person solve one specific problem. And for me, I created this bundle because I've been creating digital products for, again, about 6 years now. And I already had the resources, the tools, the trainings, the ideas. And I knew that I can use this to support other people. But if you're brand new, you don't need to start with a bundle. In fact, it's too much for you to start with a bundle. The reason why I'm able to create a bundle is because I've been doing this for so long that I've gotten feedback from people to find out what other resources can I add to get them to their solution faster. It's not about a million solutions. It's still about solving the one specific problem, which is how do I find pockets of time in my day when I'm already busy to create these digital products? Right? So all the resources that are created are around answering that one question for them. What things do they need to get clarity on? But the first thing you need to do is create that one product, and then you get feedback from people. And then once they give you feedback, you make it better, right? That's how you grow. And then those people are going to want to support you even more because they see that you're passionate about this thing you've built and that you're continuing to pour into it, and they will continue to support you as a result of that. Everybody loves a I was there since story, right? You see so many people on social media and on TV that, have blown up. And there's so many people like, I remember when you were living in this apartment and now you're living in this mansion. I remember when, I saw your kids grow up, these YouTubers, these streamers. This is how they get so big, is because they're documenting their entire process. And they have people that become a part of their family online, if you will. That's like, I remember when. So now that I'm posting my son on social media, and he's blowing up. He's going to the university, playing D1 football now. I have a lot of people like, no way that was a little chunky kid, chunky face kid running around the salon. He played football then and they knew it. And he always had aspirations to go to the NFL, to play professional football. He's on the path to do that now. So it trips people out to see it. And I always get so much engagement when I post him, and especially from other moms who have kids that are in sports. They ask me for advice, all the things, because we've now made it. And he's the first in my family to do so. But if I never made the sacrifices, right, to create the different things that allowed me to be a present mom for him, I don't know that he would be where he is. And we have that conversation all the time. So again, I talk too much. So the clearest thing wins. The goal is not to create the biggest thing, is to create the clearest thing. For me, the solution was a digital product bundle that helped busy beginners start thinking through their first digital product, package their ideas, create simple content, and start building the foundation of an online income stream. Your solution might be even more simple than that. The three biggest niches are health, wealth, and relationships. So if it falls within one of those are the most profitable niches that people buy from. If you can help improve any of those things, maybe you've been married for 10 years, 15 years, and you can show new couples that are aiming towards marriage how to sustain a long-lasting relationship. Like, the sky is the limit, right? And your solution might be even more simple. So what's the easiest, clearest, most useful thing you can create to help someone move forward? I want you to write that down and ask yourself that question and really sit with it for a minute. And then I want you to choose the simplest solution. And then I want you to ask yourself, what does this person actually get from this result? Or what does this person actually need to get this result? Now that you know the problem and the solution, the next stage is the packaging. This is where you stop asking, what can I throw inside? And you start asking, what does this person really need? Because more is not always better. More is overwhelming. And when you confuse, you lose. Clear is better. Useful is better. Organized is better. A simple path is better, always. So then I want you to look at how I package my bundle. When I put my bundle together, I ask, what does a busy mom need if she wanted to create her first digital products? She would need to figure out what to create. She would need a planner. She would need a roadmap. She would need content ideas, and she would need to understand how to market it. Now, the first step is figuring out what to create. Again, and now in the day and age of AI, like, this could be done so much faster. But the first thing might be a digital product clarity guide for moms. And in that guide, they're going to walk through and ask themselves questions so they can get clarity on what their first digital product should be. Everything else just expands on that. Or I can start out with the planner, the digital products planner for busy moms. Have them go through and start taking notes and figuring out what their day looks like, what the little pockets of their day looks like, so that they can figure out what time they have to devote to this online business that they want to build. Okay, so she would need my girl templates, a simple way to build a page, help deciding if she wants to be if she wants to be face forward or faceless, and help with the messaging, the comments, and the DMs. Again, now most of this can be taken care of with AI, and this did not exist before. So now you're creating a path. This is where I want you to really think like a guide, because that is what you're doing. You're guiding a person from where they are to where they want to be. You're not just selling files or templates or information. You are creating a path. I want you to write that down too and circle it. I am creating a path for someone to go from here to here so that you continue to stay clear when you decide to give up or procrastinate, or I don't feel like doing this, or I don't feel like creating the content today. Think about it like you are creating a path, right? I am extreme. I think about being in my studio suite and not having the money to pay for my studio suite. I think of thinking, do I keep this and pay my rent or keep a roof over our head? At one point, we had to downsize and move an hour away from my studio suite in my son's school. My studio suite was right up the street from his school, but I could not give up my suite because that was my only way of making money. So I had to give up my home instead and move and travel an hour and a half every single day each way to take my son to and from school. So in my mind, if I help busy moms find the time to create another source of income for themselves, and they start making this money, this can be the thing to pay for the studio suite for them, or this can be the thing to pay for the daycare for them in a good area that they want their kids to be in. This can be the thing to keep a roof over their head because we already have enough to worry about as moms. So because I lead with what this can be for other moms, that is the thing that pushes me to stand up and to show up, right? Especially now, like I said, going D1. 3% of football players go D1. And my son has had so many obstacles, from surgeries to not being able to walk to not being able to go D1 right out of high school because of his grades. There are so many obstacles that he saw through, got his degree early, his associate's degree. Like, then the teacher didn't give him his final grade. So then he had to wait another 6 months and retake. Like, it was so many different obstacles. But if we don't keep our eye on the prize, it's very easy to deter. So I want you to write down and circle this as well. Who is that one person outside of you that making this impact can change their lives, or making this product can make enough impacts on them to change their life? And that is the person that you're doing this for every day. Okay. So this makes the digital product feel valuable. And it's not just what's inside, but the order, the clarity, and the result that you're helping them move toward. So step 3, now you're going to package the product around the result. The question I want you to ask yourself is, how will people find, or how will people understand the value? The next step is the sales page. This is the one that's most important and the most important part of the system, because the sales page does the explaining for you when you're not there. If you want to build something semi-passive, you can't be the only sales page. This is, again, taking yourself out of the business, because you can't explain every product and every DM every single time someone is interested. Again, I have over 400 comments right now. I don't have the capacity right now, while I'm creating this class for you, to be on social media responding to every comment. But guess what? Every single comment is getting my sales page. And they're able to now look at this bundle and decide, is this something that's right for them now? Is it not? Will it be later? Regardless, it's there. And that's the important part. I used to have to pay someone to respond manually to every single DM. And then when people didn't respond, follow back up with those people in the DM, because that's what it takes to build a business. And it doesn't matter if it's high ticket or low ticket. The process is the process, and the follow up is necessary. And having good quality assets that can do the job for you is how you create a passive business, or semi passive. And I say semi because it is passive. The semi passive is that you still have to manage it and make sure that everything is working the right way. So now the sales page answered. I want you to answer these questions. Who is this for? What problem does it solve? What do they get? Why does this matter? And how does this help them? What happens after they buy it? And why should they start now? For my system, I created a sales page that explains the bundle, who it's for, what's included, and how it helps someone to get started without creating everything from scratch. Because I give them 5 different done for you resources inside of this bundle that they can just customize. And I'll show you even what that process looks like, because I'm showing you all of it today. Clarity beats hype. Confused people do not buy, period. If people feel like I don't really know what it is that she does, when I'm coaching people and I'm doing like social media audits and stuff like that, and I look at their page, I'm like, now you tell me what you do. Because if you can't tell me what you do based on your social media page, looking at it objectively, like from a consumer standpoint, why do you feel like the consumer knows? A complete stranger that comes across your page. You have to be clear. And if someone lands on your page and they do not understand in 3 seconds, mind you, I didn't put that here, but in 3 seconds, what it is, who it's for, or why they need it, they're probably going to leave. Am I recording this? Let me make sure I'm recording this. Okay, we're good. Sorry. So your sales page has one job: to make it clear, not hypey, not confusing, and not full of random claims. Very clear and specific to the problem. And this is what helps your page do the selling for you. Now we're going to go into, or I'm sorry, this is step 4, which is create a sales page that explains the value without having to do it every time. And again, you can ask AI for this. I ask AI for it all. I'm not gonna lie. What happened? Okay, there we go. Now we're going to go into delivery. And for this, I use StanStore. So what I'm going to do right now is stop the presentation because I want to show you how to do those initial things that we just went over before you get to the point of delivering a digital product. So here is how you can create a digital product, and it doesn't have to be from scratch. So you can go to a website, something like this, that has done for you ready to brand products. Look, for $27, there are several pages of products on a site like this. That, of course, is going to take forever to load. You find out what resonates. What can I teach somebody? You know what? I have an online shop. Let me grab this planner so that I can help people set up their online shops as well, right? So once you decide which one you want to go with, in this case, I'm going to go with, I'm on page 1. Let's see. Oh, sorry, let me go back. So I'm going to do the household management planner. Okay. And there's some images as well to show you everything that's inside of this planner, and for $27. So once you purchase this, you're going to get a link just like this, and you're just going to click edit template. This is going to be done inside of Canva, and this can be done inside of Canva for free. Now, the caveat to that is depending on the design of it, sometimes Canva might say some of the elements, such as the phone or the house or whatever, it might be premium. If that's the case, you just switch this around, which I want you to do that anyway because you're customizing this. This is what's called a PLR product, meaning by purchasing this, you get the rights to resell this as your own. So you literally open it up inside of your Canva. Look, this is all the pages, 69 pages. And you're going to go in, you're going to customize these pages. So how quickly or how slowly you want to do this is up to you. But something that you can do is decide, because now you've already decided who that person is and what simple problem you're solving for them. You can download this PDF as is. You can attach it inside of ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT, how do I'm creating this household management planner for busy moms who have sons that are athletes, because that's me, right? What should I include in this planner and what should I remove? And ChatGPT is going to tell you exactly what those things are. Okay, literally. Then from there, you're going to go in here, change the pages, delete what you don't need, keep what you do need. This is your template lifetime. So whenever you need to come back to it, refer it, create another version of it, expand on it, whatever it is, you can do that because it's yours. Okay. Once you're done and you have it all the way done, the next thing you're going to do is create a website for it. Now, these are resources that are inside of my bundle. For example, in here, this is a whole walkthrough. It shows you like how to create your website on Canva, how to edit, all the things. And I also did video walkthroughs like these that are explaining, of course it's not, that are going to explain how to use ChatGPT to get the clarity, how to actually design it, everything. Is going to show you everything in here. Okay, with a mock-up, because so I'm going to exit out of those because they take up a lot of memory. But that's all inside of here. That's what they're going to get in their bundle, because my objective was, let me give them as many resources as I can so that they can do this without me, right? Now, if they want to come to me for coaching or something like that, that's a different story. But I want to be able to give you this bundle that nobody else has for $24 and say, hey, take this and run with it. And you can do the same thing. If you created something like a household management planner, let me tell you, because this is where my mind goes, right? Let's say you have expense trackers. Maybe you're really good at expenses or budgeting. Maybe you create some type of little box and you show people, look, this is how I track my expenses. Let me grab something right here. Here's how I track my expenses. Here's how I stay on top of it. I went to the Dollar Tree today and I purchased this little container. Say it has a top on it, right? We're imagining it has a top on it. It has a lid on it. And every day I'm going to write down an amount of money that I want to save, or I want to put about like a piggy bank. I want to put some money in here every single day to go toward my savings tracker. If you want to know exactly how I created this, I put that as another digital product inside of the bundle, right? Or you can use that to create your emergency fund. Like you can just take it to the next level and show people how to actually use the product that you created, and it makes the product more valuable. Okay. So now we have went over all of those things. Now let me show you Stan Store. Because at this point, you've created the website, you've done all the things, right? So I hope you can see my screen, but here is my Stan Store. So here's one of the stores that I created. So what you're going to do, wait, why is it supposed to be resuming? Okay, there we go. So here's one of my Stan stores, and here's a whole bunch of digital products that I have in here. So what you're going to do is literally create a product. And in this case, it's going to be a digital product. You can do a course, you can do a webinar, you can collect emails, you can do so many different things here. But I am doing a digital product. So you're going to click on digital product. From here, you're going to create an image for it, which can be done very simply and with AI. And then you're going to go back to ChatGPT, get the title because they helped you to customize the notebook now, right? Do you want me to, you know what? Let me show you. Let me show you these things that I'm telling you. Let me go back. Let's just do this because I want this masterclass to be as complete as possible. So nobody else says, nobody is teaching it. Everybody's talking about it, but nobody's teaching it. I hear that every day. So let me teach it. So I'm going to download this as a PDF. Okay, and it's going to save up here. Done. Well, it's still saving. So I'm going to come over here to Chat GPT. Is it done? And now that it's downloaded, I'm literally going to take this and drag it over here. Okay, it's not. Let me find out the name though. Did it save? No. Nope, let me show you. Normally I could just drag it, but probably because it's a bigger file. So it's called the copy of the household management. So I'm just going to write copy. Of course, when I'm looking for it now, it's going to be super slow. So what was the problem then? Let's see. I don't know. But you can typically download this and just attach it to ChatGPT. I do it all the time. And you're going to say, no, I want to show you this. Hold on. Let me copy the exact name and see if that makes a difference. Crazy. So that's going to download. So I'm going to say, I'm creating. You know what? Let me show you something else. This is the cheat code that I do with my students, and they're always like, what? Well, you know what? It might not let me do it. But typically, I click the little microphone right here and I talk. But with Zoom, it might trip. So let me just do this. So I am creating a household for busy moms are raising athletes. I need you to go through the planner and tell me what I should include and what isn't necessary. Also, or there it is, what I should include. Let me not even say include right there. What I should keep and what is necessary. Also, if I should include anything additionally. It's probably going to give something like, keeping track of the coaches and different things like that, because again, we're going to make it more athlete focused. And this is how you take a digital product that is already done and you customize it to you. Because now I'm making it specific to a mom that's raising an athlete. This is not going to relate to moms who raise cheerleaders. I mean, maybe a little bit, but maybe moms that have all girls or that has infants, like this is not going to be relevant to them. So that's how I take something that's already done and I use that as the foundation to build from. Okay. I would not keep it as is right now. It feels like a general household binder. So here's the recommendations. The busy athlete mom doesn't need 69 random pages. They need fewer pages to help them manage practice schedules, all these different things. So now I would ask ChatGPT, help me to specifically, like it's telling me what pages to remove and then what pages to add. So I can remove these pages or I can take the suggestions and literally just go into the PDF and change the name at the top of it so long as it lines up. You know what I mean? So for example, let's go back to this really quick. This is a master class. I hope you're taking notes. I hope you are like taking this all in because I'm trying to give you like all the juice, okay? So let's say the contact lists, right? Instead it will say emergency and sports contact lists or the family budget, change it to the family and athlete budget, right? So then you would take some of the pages that are already in there and you will literally just change the name. What was it? Monthly budget. Here it is. And then I will go back and forth with ChatGPT. Again, I could show you guys the receipts. Like, this is what people pay me to walk them through and help them get done. You can duplicate this page and you can go back into ChatGPT and say, I have the monthly budget tracker, but what is important to include in the monthly sports tracker? And it's going to give you a more specific response to that. Once that's done, you change the cover, you delete this extra one, you now have a digital product that's available to sell. Okay. So now let's go back to Stan Store. The other thing that you would do too, as I'm doing this, is you would also have ChatGPT to elaborate, especially if you don't want to create a whole sales page or a whole website because you want to get it up quicker. You can go to ChatGPT and say, give me a title for this, right? Give me a title for this and give me a description for what this is so that I'm speaking directly to my ideal client. So you're going to change that here. Instead of the title, you're going to put whatever your title is. You could put we still send this, we deliver this right to your inbox. That's perfectly fine. Then you're going to go to the checkout page. The checkout page, you're going to also insert an image. You can do that with AI. You're going to copy all of the sales information that explains what this digital product is. ChatGPT can give that to you. Then you're going to put the price of it. I like to always put a differentiated price. So I always like to say, excuse me, let's say this is your first digital product and you never sold anything and you want to make this planner I don't know, $17, $7 for the mom because you want to get feedback from people, right? Make it $7, but put up here what you want the price to be. So maybe here you'll put $37. It's going to show people now that this is valuable. Okay. So grab it for $7 now while you can. Just that quick. Once you're done with the PDF that's in Canva, you're going to download the PDF and now upload it here and publish it. The product is done. So from there, you can start sharing the link. People can purchase the product and it's done. Okay. So that's what one single product, multiple product, you can deliver it different ways, but I just wanted to show you like how to set all of that up. Oh, I don't know what I just did. So there's that. Okay. Now this is how you set it up in Stanstore. I just went through the setup and a delivery. And I chose this because I wanted to be simple and fast. I didn't want to spend weeks building out a complicated funnel or anything like that. And on this page later on, I might be jumping into funnels and like what those look like, but we're keeping it simple. And it may not sound simple, but again, I know it's a lot of information to take in, but that's why I'm doing this masterclass for you because I want you to be able to stop and go back and make sense of this because I'm giving you the step-by-step playbook of how to do this. Okay. So I wanted to get the product up, get it connected to a checkout so that the buyer can receive it, especially because you'll notice that if you start having conversations with people who this may resonate with, they'll start asking you when it's available because it's valuable to them and they want what's valuable to them. Just as much as going somewhere and seeing a pair of shoes that somebody is wearing and you're like, where'd you get those from? Oh, I got them from Macy's. So now you headed to Macy's to go get the same shoes because they might have other, and that's another question, right? They always ask, well, do they have more available? Look, this is your digital product and you can make as many available as you want to make available. And all you do is give them the link right then and there. They purchase the digital product, is good to go. If me being a sports mom, if I would have created something like this back when my son was still playing sports, I would be talking to the other moms like crazy. I would be at the game, like I love marketing. I would be at the games with my printer that I printed out, my planner that I printed out, writing stuff down. And people are going to ask you, what is that? Oh, I created this sports management household book so that I can help stay on top of everything for my son because we're all over the place. We have tournaments. He, plays different sports and coaches and this and oh, that's so cool. How do I get that? Oh, girl, here's the link. And you can print it out too. Another thing that you can do is put this on Amazon because with Amazon KDP, which is Kindle Direct Printing, I have clients that have put their books on KDP because they're also busy and they want it even more hands off. Guess what? Amazon gives you what is it called? Like a residual amount that they'll pay you every month. But once you upload your digital product to Amazon, they can send it to the client for you, a physical copy of it. So you put it on Amazon as a digital copy, a person purchases it off of Amazon. Amazon ships them the book and then they send you royalties. That's what it's called. They pay you royalties, a percentage that you guys, that you got to go into that. But basically, now you can just talk about the digital product, even if you don't want to be on social media. People say, oh, I need one of those. And you let them purchase it and you go from there. Sorry, the tip of my nose is itching. I don't know why it does that. So there's that. So here's a semi-passive foundation. This is the foundation product system. This is where the person can find it, they can read about it, they can buy it, and they can receive it. And they don't have to wait on you to manually send every link, every file, every email, or the instructions. They get it instantly. They can download it to their phone. They can access it right away. And we live in like an instant microwave society anyway, where people want things instantly. The product sales page, the checkout, and the delivery are the first real system pieces because that's what we're building out a system. So in here, now you set up the checkout page and you set up the automatic delivery. Now, if you looked at my sales page, you see that it's a little bit more elaborate than just the checkout link on Stanstore, but what's important is to get it done. So create the Stanstore link to get it done at first and then create another sales page later if you want to. Again, I go over the whole, here's how you customize the website, but you don't have to start there. Start with the resources that are already there in front of you. Okay. Now, the question I want you to ask yourself is what content is already working? If you don't know or you don't know how to look, I'm going to give you just a really quick overview of how to find content that's currently trending. So once the product system is set up, now you need traffic. And that's where most people go wrong is they have all these different pieces, but they have no traffic because digital products can't sell if no one sees them. This is where content comes in. But I do not believe in just posting random content and hoping that it works. I believe in researching what is already working. So I'm going to show you my process of doing that now. So I'm going to go to Instagram. And on Instagram, I'm going to look for different people that do something similar to me and see what kind of content they're creating that's going viral. One person that I love, her name is Shy Girl Money. Now, she has made over $1 million online, teaching other people how to make money online without ever even showing her face online. And this is how the virality happens. This is how it goes. Exactly. So you find what is also going, what's already going viral for other people, you model it to make sense for your ideal client, right? So I'm going to show you how you can take a hook that she created. Like, I mean, these are about money. So if you're a beginner, you're not talking about money yet. So I'm going to find a hook that we can model that's doing like great right now. Okay, so let's say this is one. As you can see, 150 likes, 34 comments, right? So I'm going to now take a screenshot, if this would move. Okay, I want to take a screenshot of this. I'm going to go back to ChatGPT and I'm going to put it in ChatGPT and I'm going to ask them to help rewrite this hook. Actually, I'm not going to put it just into ChatGPT. I'm going to put it into Mentorabot. Let me see if it'll switch over. No, the image didn't switch over. But Mentorabot is a bot that's created just for Instagram hooks and different things like that. It's not general ChatGPT, it's specific. So, you know what? I'll do it again. So we're going to go back to Mentorabot and say, I created a digital household planner for busy mom of athletes. Can you recreate a hook similar to this, but to speak to my ideal client? Now, you can also get clear on exactly who your ideal client is. Like there's so many different directions that you can go in, but what's important is just to get started. So as you see, this one says POV, you decided to sell digital products to show moms you really can make money online while still being present with your kids. So this is what it's giving me. You finally found a planner made for sports moms who are tired of remembering every practice, game, meal, and school deadline in their head. Perfect, right? Here's a little bit more, a little spicier. You're a busy mom of an athlete and you finally stop letting practices, games, laundry, dinner, and appointments live rent free in your brain. So this is going to give you some different suggestions. You can also now ask it, once you choose one, to expand on that and it will create the caption. So let's say we went with the spicier one. I'm going to say, perfect, create a long form caption for this. Now, again, it's going to create better content when it knows who your ideal audience is. And it's going to speak to them specifically. AI is good like that. But busy mom life is not for the weak. One kid has practice at 5, another has a game across town. Dinner still needs to happen. Laundry is somehow never done. The appointments you swore you would remember, forgotten. And don't even get me started on how to keep track of uniform, snacks, school events, and who needs to be where by when. So it goes into what the planner is. But do you see how this spoke specifically to someone? Now, say my ideal client is me, that only has one child. When I'm able to train the AI and let them know who my ideal person is, they're going to speak directly to, you know, your son has this, but you're working because I'm an entrepreneur as well. So here's how you balance, like the more specific, the better. And that's how you customize it to you. So you start doing some research on Instagram, find different people who are already going viral so that you can model their content. And then the strategy behind it is you create a video that's very quick, something like 7 seconds for them to watch, and you create a long form caption. Like I said, the long form caption is going to take the person, the reader, a while to read. So what happens in the process is this loops around over and over and over again. So now it's telling social media or telling Instagram, like, this is good content because people are watching this over and over again. Right. And at the bottom, she says, comment Sauce25 and I'll give you all the details. She's giving you the details of how she started making money online. They're going to comment Sauce25 and then they're going to get this into them, whatever her digital product is. And then that's how you start building up that momentum for your business. And you can find other people who are in your same industry that are selling similar products to yours and find out what kind of content they're creating and use AI to recreate that to speak to your specific client. I hope this is good. If this is good at this point, I want you to write it in the comments and let me know, like, this is good, because I'm giving y'all everything. Now, we know what to say. We know what kind of content to post. We've decided, do we want to be face forward or do we want to be faceless? Again, I want to be hands off. I allow my assistant to create a lot of my content now. I just trained her on the kind of content that I want to post. So now she took my AI twin that I created over a year ago now, and she uses my AI twin to create my content. So the platform we're using for this is called OpenArt, as you see right there. I am telling y'all it all. We've used every social media platform and every AI platform that exists, okay? So you're going to create the image and then you're going to animate the image. That's how my video is AI and moves, right? So let me show you. Here's an example. So here's an image. This is just a still image of me sitting in the car. You give it a prompt, you tell it exactly what you want it to see, and it creates the image. That looks really close to me, right? From there, you use another prompt and you can ask it to create a video. So now it's going to animate that image. And as you can see, we've animated a lot of images. So that same one of me sitting in the car, let me find it. And this also plays a good part in, like I said, you modeling someone else's content, because you can also look at what they're doing and do something similar in your video. Because if it went viral on their page, it has a likelihood of going viral again. This is why we model content. So let me, if it'll let me open this. My computer is like, girl, you clicking around way too much for me right now. Come on. Okay, for some reason it's not downloading, but I don't want it to mess up the video because sometimes it will like just continue and like try to force it open. So what happens from here is now you have the movement. No, I really want to see this. As you can see, I'm persistent. I'm like, no, let's see this video. Do I have the video downloaded already? No, I don't. Okay, so anyway, you're going to animate the video. And these are animated videos that we've used because we use AI for all of this. And then the last thing that you're going to do once you animate that video is go into Instagram and you're going to go into Instagram and you're going to create the content directly inside of Instagram. You're going to take your animated image, your animated video, and you're going to put the caption that it gave you over it, and you're going to post that in Instagram. Just like this one, which is the post that so many of you seen that's going really viral right now. Oh, wait, no, that's not the one. Oh, yeah, it is. Right now, it's at 42,000 views and it has 466 comments. So I just need to know on the back end, now that I got the traffic, what to do to actually convert them into sales. And what happens is some people, a percentage of those people that see it, they're going to go on my sales page, see the bundle and be like, oh, this is perfect for me. This is what I was looking for. They purchased the bundle, right? Some people are going to be like, I need to see more. I need to see more is something like this that I'm creating right now. Now, you don't have to create a long video like this to be able to explain your planner. Your content should be able to be cut and dry and explain your planner. But the better you are at explaining it consistently, the easier it becomes for them to purchase it. A bundle is like, okay, what is this? A planner is a no-brainer because I'm already talking to you directly in my content. Okay. So as you can see, like I said, there's 400 contacts. This is, look, from June 1st to June 4th in 3 days. First, second, third, fourth. This is the fourth. I mean, right now it's 4 o'clock. So it might have even grown since then. Let's see. Yep, 412 just in the past couple of minutes. So again, this is what going viral looks like. And a percentage of those people have already purchased, right? So I've already made a good amount of money. So my goal is again $274 a day consistently. And I track all those types of things. And that's the difference between me building businesses in the past and me building business now is that I used to track things. I used to just put it out there and just let it, whoever it's for, right? But I'm tracking what kind of content brought those people in the first place. What caught their attention about that? How did that post go viral? How did I keep it going viral? Because I know a lot about social media and building a business from scratch on social media. So I'm going to stay on top of that, right? And I'm going to do more of what works. And then if people ask me questions, if I have conversations with them in the DMs and they say, oh, I need more clarity on this, then I'm going to create more content to give more clarity because that is how you build a business. The more you get better at answering questions for people, the less questions they have and the more they trust you. If you have a business or anyone that you know has a business and they're having a hard time building the business, it's likely because there's a disconnect between them and the clients and there's some type of clarity that's lacking there. So the better I get with this new bundle that I just launched on June 1st and have already made over $1,000 from, then um the better I get at it, the more I speak to people directly that purchase this because that's who matters more than anything. Like I want it to be for whoever wants to create digital products and want to get started. And I created it for $24. It's not going to always be $24, but $24 to start because I want to get feedback from those people so that I can improve this product as well. That's what's important to me. So eventually this might be $100 or $200, depending, because as people do what I tell them to do and they start getting results, now the value goes up, right? When people start responding back to me like, oh my God, girl, I got my book on, you know, online and I've made $500 off of it. Like, I'm not going to keep it $24 forever. But the same with you. That is how you expand and pay attention to everything. So let me go back really quick again to the rest of these slides. Let's see how much more we have. We're not going to go through all of these slides. I'm telling you that now. So you're creating the path because again, you're the guide. So you've packaged the product around the result. Then you're going to ask yourself, how will people understand the value? And this is a conversation you can also have with ChatGPT going back and forth. Your sales page is going to answer the questions. And I want you to audit your sales page and send it to somebody that's close to you and say, hey, can you tell me who this is for, the problem that it solves, what you would have got at or what you would get out of this? Does it matter? Like you can ask yourself these questions first, but then you want to ask the people who purchase your product if it's clear for them, because maybe they just supported you because they liked you. That's not necessarily going to be everybody's story. I wanted to appeal to someone who doesn't know me at all. This bundle that I created is being purchased by complete strangers I've never seen. They've never seen me, but they seen value in what it is that I created enough to give me money in exchange for that product, right? And remember that clarity beats hype because confused people don't buy. So if someone lands on your page and they don't understand what it is, who it's for, and why they need it, they're probably going to leave. So the sales page has one job to do. It makes it very clear, make sure it's not hypey, not confusing, and not random claims, right? On my page, I said, create a digital product, sell it for $37 and sell it 500 times a month. You don't run when you first start walking, right? That is the goal for anybody. And it's possible for anybody, but it's not day one, it's what you build up to. I have people that are in this space that I am close to that are making 50, 60, $70,000 a month online with digital products. But again, I'm being that I've done this for a very long time, I'm looking at the results of other people that's been in this for year one, year two, year three, as something that's more realistic for someone that's also a beginner to achieve versus me. Like I said, I'm coming more from the high ticket space just to be able to help moms at a deeper level because I know what we're going through. So ask yourself, will people pay to actually or how will people pay and receive this automatically? Which the response here was Stan Store. You can also look into something like Beacons or Gumroad. Like there's a lot of different options, but I like Stan Store because it's the easiest. How would I set up delivery? I set it up in Stan Store. And again, this is a semi-passive foundation. Okay. Research doesn't mean copy. When you're looking at content, you're always going to go back to ChatGPT and say, how can I make this speak to my ideal client? And the content gives you data. So when you start putting content out there, you're testing it to see what works. And again, when complete strangers buy from me, that means that content works and I can post it again. That's something else that I never used to do. I never used to post the same thing more than once. And now I definitely will because new people are visiting my page. I got a couple hundred followers in the past couple of days from that one reel. So I got to expect that a week from now, 2 weeks from now, a month from now, those people aren't going to go back on my page to say, hey, did anything ever go viral and what is it? No, let me put it back in front of you, right? And you want to ask yourself, how can you stay visible without being online all day? Now, this is the last piece of this automated puzzle, okay? So what I do, oh, that's the page that got separated. So what I do is once all the content is created, I come in here once a week or have my assistant come in here and schedule all the content. So you'll see here, this is the reel that's going viral. I mean, it doesn't look exactly like me, but she scheduled this. Okay. So all of the content, all the reels can be scheduled. So that way I can look and see what actually came of all of this content. Okay, I hope this is good. I hope this is good. And I hope that I'm giving you clarity on this. You don't have to do this. There are other resources like Metricool that's free. It's just limited. This one, I really like Content 360 because you can schedule your content for the month. You can schedule it on different pages. They're actually creating automations. It's still a pretty new platform. So once they do that, I can get rid of ManyChat because I'm all about getting rid of subscriptions. But still, all of this that I just showed you can be managed for less than $100 a month. Actually less than $50 a month. Yeah. So imagine you're at two, $300 days and you're managing this for like less than $100 a month to keep it all going. Okay. Can you build a content system that you can maintain? There's nothing easier than that. It schedules it for you in the middle of the night, early in the morning. Like something has posted since I've been teaching this class today, and I didn't post it. Like it's mind blowing. Consistency needs a system. And once you set up the system like I did with this, now it's about testing it. And I've been testing little pieces of it already over the past couple of months as I've been setting it up, probably the past month, honestly. But again, I do have experience, but this is a whole new offer. So I've been testing to see what are people actually responding to. And here we go. The question to ask yourself is how will I respond without doing everything manually? And I showed you everything. Where does ManyChat fit? ManyChat also has a free offer, but it caps out at a certain amount of people. So if you're testing this out, you can still use ManyChat to respond to those DMs. The product versus the system. The difference between having a product and having a system is the product is the thing you sell. The system is how people buy it or find it, buy it, receive it, and get guided through the process. That is the system. That is the car to get you from one destination to the next. The content gets the attention, but if there's no clear steps, you will lose people. Automation helps move people from interest into action without making you do everything repetitively, right? So now you ask, do I want to be face forward? Do I want to be faceless? Do I want to be AI supported? Because if you want to be face forward because you have the time, create the content yourself. If you want to be faceless, inside of my bundle, I gave them like 1,200 different faceless reels that they can use. If any of them resonates and they like them, they can use them. Otherwise, create your own content, use AI, use yourself. You get to choose what it is because this is your business, this is your world. Okay. So opt-in is face forward. Face forward is me. This is me. You see my face. Option two is faceless. This can be done with faceless that has you don't see a person at all, or which is B-roll, right? I'm sorry, that's not B-roll. Faceless is where you don't see a person at all. It might just be a random reel of a girl walking down the street, and I just put words over it. I have faceless accounts too. Face forward is, like I said, showing your face. AI can be kind of in the middle of somewhere because it's face forward-ish because it is still my face, but then it's faceless because I don't have to be the one to actually do the photo shoots or create the content. So it makes it amazing. And that's AI supported, AI twins, AI content. For me, AI is a tool and I'm not using it to be fake because I can back up anything that I teach, anything that I say on social media, I can give clarity to because again, I don't teach from theory. Being a single mom, being someone that people have taken so I've spent over six figures investing in myself in business. And I've had so many people sell me dreams where I am like, you don't even realize what you took away from me. Like, this is how I feed my kid. And it was more about a dollar sign to you. Money is great, but money is the byproduct of you actually helping people, right? So I know that by me creating this masterclass, some people are going to be like, girl, I want to work with you. I need your help to guide me through this because I don't have time. I am busy. I want to get this done faster. So give me the blueprint. And then you're going to have some people that's like, yeah, it sounds good, but I'm still trying to wrap my mind around all of this. I want to figure this all out, right? I have the bundle for you. There's something for everyone. Some people might just want to rewatch this video until it makes sense. But that is how I build a business because All of those people at some point are going to decide, I'm going to buy something from her, or I'm going to buy nothing from her, or I'm going to find somebody else that I resonate with more, and all are okay. I'm just creating this to give you clarity from my own perspective and my own experience. Okay, so choose a content style that fits your life. You don't have to build an online business the same way that everyone else does. You don't need to be on camera every day if it doesn't fit your life. Being shy, I had to force myself out of being shy to build my business online, my beauty business, because I'm like, if I don't get out there and create content and market this business, my son doesn't eat. And I tell my students the same thing, and they say it like rings in the back of their head. You don't need to post in real time every day. You don't even have to manually create every single thing from scratch. So understand that you don't have to do that, especially if you're busy. And if the difference between showing up and not showing up, like if I had to depend on myself to create this content with, again, my life being busy right now, helping my son, he just moved to college, a new college last week. I had to get him settled, get him acclimated. We're still doing stuff to get ready for the season, right? I wouldn't have had time to create that content. So AI, I can lay in my bed and say, hey, create me a reel walking down the beach, right? In fact, I just created some images with AI just a few minutes ago. Look, I created an AI twin and I said, she's in the studio creating a podcast. And I created some images of me from a still image of me. This is all that's possible with AI. Oh, wait, where did my presentation go? I'm showing you everything, which is perfect. I don't know where it went. Okay, something's lost. Let me stop sharing my screen for a second. I hope I didn't lose you. I hope I didn't overwhelm you. I know there's a lot of information. So here we go. Okay. So that's step 9 of this process is creating the content. So again, going back, recapping, find the problem that people already want solved, create a simple solution, package the product around the result, create a sales page that explains the value, set up a checkout and automated delivery, research content that's already working, create a content system that you can maintain because consistency is key, automate the response process, and decide, do you want to be face forward, faceless, or AI supported in the creation of all of this. From there, you just want to track, refine, and repeat. So once you know what works, you repeat what works. When you realize things don't work, you stop posting about those things. I can take the same post that went viral and actually ask ChatGPT, rewrite the same hook in 5 different ways. And I can repost 5 different times to test those as well, because that's what business is, right? Testing. So this is the part that separates people who build momentum from people who keep starting over. Most people create something, post it a few times, and if they don't get the result they wanted immediately, they think the whole thing failed. Mind you, most businesses don't profit for the first 3 years that they're in business. And a lot of people feel like they failed if they don't make money overnight. Me making money the first day that I launched this thing has been 20 years of having a business and 6 years of being immersed in this digital online space every day. This is what I do full time when I'm not traveling somewhere, but this is what I do. So it might look like instant success, but don't let that be a reason to get discouraged when you don't see it. The first version isn't supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to give you data. And when people comment, that's the data. When people click, that's the data. When people buy, that's the data. And when people don't buy, that's also the data. And that's how I plan on scaling this to a 6-figure business, because after I've tested everything for these 90 days before football season starts, I'm going to start running ads for some of the profits that I've made off of this digital product that I created one time. And once I run ads to it, because now I know my sales page is refined, people are buying it consistently. I can keep scheduling my content. I can also run ads to get in front of even more people for this product that's already working. And that's how you get to the 10, 15, 20, $30,000 months. And I mean, you can scale that to the moon. I love this stuff. Can you tell? I love this shit. Okay. So this is what the feedback tells you. When people ask you the same question over and over again, that's data. And you can already sit and ask yourself, like, what do people ask me? What do people call me and ask me for clarity on all the time? Because that's what you can create your digital product around. When posts perform well, that's data. When they flop, that's data. It's all feedback. So look at your system and ask, is this a problem? Is this problem clear enough? Is it strong enough? Is it the sales page? Is that clear enough? Is the price right? Are people clicking and not buying? Are people confused? Do I need to do better content? Do I need stronger follow-ups, or do I need an easier delivery process? These are all metrics. These are all things, right? KPIs, key performance indicators. These are things to tell you and help you to indicate, how to keep this business going and how to keep it growing. Again, I was guilty. I used to have so much fun with just creating digital products, although it took long. I love the creation and the design process of it all. I've created over 10,000 digital products in the last 6 years. It's ridiculous. But because I love that, a lot of times I would like put the digital product out there. And if I don't get an instant response, I was guilty of it too. Like, not, we're not gonna do it because I need the rent is due tomorrow. So if people aren't buying it, people aren't interested in it. It wasn't until I stopped and started paying attention to the data of things that I realized, oh, this is telling me, people are telling me what they need to hear from me or what they need to see from me to make this thing better. That's what I need to continue to give them. And your system is going to get stronger over time. And this is how you improve it. You build it, you test it, you get feedback, you refine it, and then you repeat. That's it. That's the system that I'm building over the next 90 days. Not just a digital product, but a semi-passive system so that I don't have to work football season. Honestly, that is what my objective is. I will be traveling every week. So I'm creating this for me. I can travel every week. And because of that, I don't know when I'm going to be going. I don't know where I'm going to be going. Some games are in Utah, some games are away. We're in Colorado, we're in Alabama, we're all over the place. So because of that, I want to have a system that I know I can look at and check on 1 hour a day. And not even on the weekends. I'm off on the weekends. And it's still going to pay me because last year when my son was getting recruited to go D1 from his junior college, we traveled every week from the first week of December to the first week of February. And I had my high ticket coaching clients that I was working with, a lot of people one-on-one, and that was easy for me to maintain when I was here. But when I don't know where I'm going to be from one moment to the next, it made it more challenging. So when I finished the contracts or the fulfillment of those people, I just didn't bring any new people on. I just let my digital products do what they were doing. But digital products were still not taking care of two households. So then I called my financial advisor and said, I need you to put a couple $1,000s in my account to make sure that our bills are paid, our rent is paid, right? And but this time I said I need to create something. Like I had already started on this before. When my son first went to college, I kind of started playing around with this, but I was like, no, I have to get this to the point where it's as semi-passive as possible because guess what? Once football season starts, the chaos starts again. And I want to be able to be there for my son and what he needs and managing him and all the things. So again, as moms, we plant these seeds. I believe in building a business around your life and not your life around your business. So by using AI and doing all of these things, this helps me to build a semi-passive system that, again, I could be pretty hands-off on and that keeps growing and I keep helping people in the process. And that's why I'm including this beginner-friendly program. So I'm going to give you a couple of ways that you can take this and run with it. If you feel like this is enough, then go with it, do everything, go over this video again. You should have clarity now on how to get started with this, right? But if you feel like you need help, I have options for that as well. The first option would be actually grabbing the bundle, and I'll put the details below. I'll put the link to it below. You can grab the bundle that I did, the 24 items for $24, and it's different pieces of the puzzle that you go through step by step. It's not as detailed even as this training, but it gives you all the different resources, different planners, different courses to walk you through how to set it up on StanStore in even more detail than I did, how to edit it in Canva, how to take it piece by piece. Like there's trainings it's way more than 24 resources. I just put 24. Okay. I remember several years ago joining a company, an academy. It was called Digital Wealth Academy. When I joined, there was less than 1,000 members. And at the time, I honestly thought and had a hard time believing that low ticket products, especially one built around selling digital information and learning from someone else's process, could really be profitable. So let me show you really quickly what Digital Wealth Academy looks like now. So this is, look, all the different programs that I've purchased. When I say I have purchased a lot of shit, okay, so Digital Wealth Academy is this one right here. Look, 136,000 members. $60 million has circulated through this community since I've started with it. I made a couple $1,000s off of it, but it was not my priority. Oh, hold on, let me stop and share this again. So here it is. Digital Wealth Academy has 136.6 thousand followers. Over $60 million has circulated around this community. And I didn't touch a million of that. I should have because I got into it from the beginning. But I honestly it was hard for me to wrap my mind around making money off of someone else's information because I was so used to having to build everything from scratch by myself. But this is proof that it can happen, right? So what I did when I was creating this, because I do work with people who are more at the level of scaling, more at the level of, I want to take this to the next level. I already have an understanding. I have a digital product and I want to get into running ads to it. And I want to, like I said, refine my system and take it to the next level or turn this into a high ticket coaching program because I already have results. People are asking me for it. I just don't know how to structure it. And so those are more of the people that I was working with. And so I'm like, I need another program that's like Digital Wealth Academy, but that's newer and more refined because everything inside of Digital Wealth Academy didn't necessarily resonate with me without a roadmap. I felt like I still had to provide a roadmap for anyone that I sold it to. And when I had the time, that was great. But I really, really wanted something that was beginner friendly that anybody can take and run with and really start making money off of. And that's when I discovered AI Creator Academy. This is created by someone named Markins. Markins has amassed a following of over 1 million followers amongst social media platforms. And what's amazing about AI Creator Academy is once you join the academy, you learn everything that you need to learn to make money online. So I am teaching you the system. I'm teaching you how to create the digital products. He also has some stuff in here on how to, AI product creation, how to create a digital product, how to engage, how to make $5,000 a week, Mentor, which is a sales bot that I showed you a little while ago, a content vault, your stories, like he teaches you everything, how to go live. People who are making $70,000 a month online are going live and talking about their digital products or this. Because once you join ACA, you get access to ACA to resell to people and you make a commission off of it. So I went through this. I've talked to Markins personally. We talk in text now because I said, I want to make sure that if I'm leading my people somewhere, I want to lead them somewhere that can actually help them, not for them to just fall off a cliff. Because again, I care. I could have made millions of dollars. If you go online and you look at people who are talking about digital marketing, and I seen a girl that was making $50,000 a month reselling DWA, the one that I just showed you. And I was on a live of hers one day. I was like scrolling and her live came up and I was listening. And someone was like, no, I'm lying. She created a piece of content and she's like, baby, people keep asking me what digital marketing is. And I'm like, Google it. I don't know. And I was like, what? Like, I could never feel good selling something that I don't know how to help you navigate through. So that's what I love about ACA. He helped you to guarantee success if you're willing to just do your part. And again, this is beginner friendly. And what's beautiful about it is you have lifetime access to it. So that is option two, is joining ACA. Joining ACA, let me see. So again, this is somebody that I partner with. Joining ACA is $597. And every time you share with somebody else, you make $500 off of it. So that's an extra $500 a day that you could be making while you are building out your digital products. And that's what I love about this because naturally, the way that I did sell DWA is I would talk to people about marketing and online marketing and starting an online business because people knew in my beauty business that that's what I was doing. I was selling digital products and coaching people, and people say, I want to create a digital product. How do you do it? So I would give them access to DWA. Like they would buy it from me within coaching programs or whatever. And now they also have DWA to start selling to other people. So those people started selling DWA to other people. But again, I still felt like you needed a roadmap. So with ACA, you don't. And it comes with commission. So as you are going online, because I'm big on documenting the process, as you are going online, as you are telling people, I'm creating this planner, this is exciting. It's the very first planner that I'm creating. Follow me on my journey of creating it. Maybe you might do some, Instagram stories of you writing on a piece of paper and you're like, this is another page in my planner. If you're a mom and you're busy and you want to know how to maintain your life because you have a busy athlete, I'm going to be showing you a planner. Like here's pieces of it, right? You're like inching at it. I'm going to be showing you this planner. It's going to be launching on June 15th, July 1st, whatever the day is, right? But in the process of it, you're going to have some people say, girl, how did you learn how to create a planner? I've been trying to piece this together forever. You know what you tell them? Oh, I'm in this program called ACA, AI Creator Academy, and it actually shows me everything. It showed me everything. I just went inside and I followed it step by step. Oh, wow. Where did you find that at? Oh, I'll send you the link. You're going to get an affiliate link here. You send them the link. They purchase ACA and they get in. And even those $597 with Klarna, some people get in with no money down and you still get paid off of it. So this is just another source of income. This is the next level, right? So my $24 product teaches you how to create your digital product. ACA is really going to teach you how to expand on the marketing of that digital product, right? It's going to teach you exactly how to market it online, how to sell it online, because that's what he does and how he's making over $70,000 a month. Like if you go to the testimonials here, look, my first 2 weeks in ACA, $13,000 profit, another sale, first sale, first sale without promoting. Like, I get it now. Look at this. So there are some people, and you get to decide when you get into ACA, there are some people that's like, I don't even want to create a digital product yet, or I don't believe it's possible online. Markins gives you a digital product to create, and ACA itself is a digital product, and he teaches you how to package and sell ACA. So you just share it with people, like I said, and they purchase the digital products from you, even if you don't have any sales online, because a lot of people want to make money online right now. And again, it's not scammy, it's not gimmicky. I've been in this program for several months now, really just kind of looking from the background, looking in, because I'm always looking out for my people. And I'm like, I'm not going to bring anybody into anything that doesn't make sense. But if I can be a part of building a program that I know is strong and that's changing people's lives, and I'm not racist at all, but this coming from a Black person and Black people succeeding in this, I don't feel like anything else is catered, you know what I mean, to African Americans to help us know he's an immigrant from Haiti, he's Haitian from Haiti. So look, first sale, and I mean it's a diverse group, don't get me wrong, but 100,000, I mean 1.5K, $100,000, and these are all people. A lot of these people, what they did was they got inside of ACA, they took the lessons, they learned how to resell ACA, whether it's through content or lives or whatever. And then once they got it and they built up their following, they launched their own product. They didn't launch a product until they already made money. What do you see in life that gives you the opportunity to make money before you ever even launch your own product? Like it's crazy. It's crazy. So that's what ACA is. That is your second option. The third option is to work with me on this, and I will mentor you through it. Okay. So we would work together until August 31st is when I'm cutting everything off because the first game starts September 3rd and I'll be in Utah. So I'm going to put all the links, like I said, below this video, and you'll see which options make sense. If you get ACA, you'll automatically get the $24 bundle just so that you also have those resources. And then if you work with me to mentor, oh, I'm sorry. And with ACA, you also get the mentor bot. You're going to get a lot of the resources that I just shared with you. The only thing that you wouldn't get that I just showed you would be the AI bot that created those images where it'll create your AI images for you. And the social media planner. But when you work with me and I walk you through it, I will give you access to the social media planner that you can also keep. And you get lifetime access to these. And there is mentorship every Sunday. There's a mentorship call every single week. Let me show you. Every week we get on a mentorship, and I still do because I'm always learning, even as someone that's experienced, right? So every week there is a call, and they do a lot of pop-up calls too. And some are specific. Look, TikTok masterclass to how I'm making 100K a month and in pop-up calls. Okay. So this is AI Creator Academy. So I love that he created this. I appreciate that he created this. He was also inside of Digital Wealth Academy, and he said he took what he learned inside of Digital Wealth Academy, and because there was no blueprint, he created the blueprint. And that's what ACA is. So there's everything that you need. You can grab the bundle. You can grab ACA, which is the beginner friendly roadmap, but it also teaches you how to go viral. He told me how to create that post that I posted that's going viral right now. And I got into ACA, no brainer, gave him the $597. I've already resold it to other people because they're like, how do you get started? And I don't have, again, the capacity to always start at the very beginning, but there's a program that I don't even have to create that already takes you from step one so that you can jump into it and you can take your time. If you work with me as a coach, it's more high level, not high level, but it's more intense. It's more like homework assignments, get on the phone, like, let me give you clarity on this. And then next week we're going to meet up again. And I need to see what you've done between this week and next week. Like it's actual coaching from the outside looking in because you have something that we are refining and making stronger versus this is perfect for someone who does not have a product yet. Or maybe they have a product and they're just not getting it to the point of sales. And it's going to give you clarity on that. Okay. Third, like I said, is going to be working with me. You're going to be working with me for what, 2.5 months on this now. And the sooner you get into that, if you want to, the better. I did only open up a couple more spots for that because I don't want it to be overwhelming. I want to make sure that I can actually get to everybody and give you guys the feedback that you need. But if you think of it, like I said, I'm giving you the system. He's going to give you the marketing. I mean, you already have the system in this masterclass. So the option is yours, and understand that success loves speed. The quicker you are to get to something and do something, the easier it becomes for you to be successful. Because at the end of the day, there are so many people that sit back and they contemplate. I'm guilty. If I would have got into DWA and just resold the program when I first got it 3 years ago, who knows? You know what I mean? Where that would have went. Especially if I was that type of person that was like, I don't know what's all in it, but here, take it because I know that it's good for you. There are people who've made a lot of money not even knowing. If I cared about being that person, I would have sold it and I could have very easily became a millionaire or made $1 million with that program. But I was like, no, I have my stuff over here. It makes sense. I want to go through it and make sure that it's something that I can really get behind. So while that place is, if you will, or that academy is kind of saturated now. It's in different languages. A lot of different people have come into the program. And this is not to bash the program at all, because that's not what I'm intending on doing. I just want to make sure that if anyone grabs anything from me, it's beginner friendly and they understand what they're getting themselves into. And they're going to be able to get clarity because no other program, I showed you how many programs I purchased, also offer mentorship. And the people who are having the most success with their own digital products and reselling ACA are all in there doing coaching calls and giving clarity and answering questions. Like, I don't know if you've seen that, but there's a lot of people who ask a lot of questions. There's a start here module. There are people asking, where's the coaching call? What's wrong with this? I made another sale. Some people say, look, some people go viral. This is my second job, or I made money while at my second job. Let me show you because I want to show you that there's a really good community tab. Oh, here's my IG link. Look, people go in and they respond to people's IG. People ask for feedback on their stand stores. How do I guarantee my success? TikTok DM questions. This is really a community. And that's what I love about it. I love this. It's like me sending my son to Utah because I've met the coaches and I know that they're amazing and I know that they're going to take care of my child well. This is how I feel about anybody that is connected to me that joins anything from my mouth because I understand my influence as someone who's been self-employed for a very long time and is seemingly successful, right? Success is subjective, but I know that when people purchase things for me, anything, if it's my product, if it's my lipstick, I have a cosmetic line, if they purchase anything, they know it's going to be good and I'm not just going to sell them BS. And so same thing when it comes to this academy. And it's still so early that it's a good time to get in and really take advantage and start sharing it with other people, especially if you're not shy. So again, thank you for being here. I hope that this training gave you clarity on how to get started. Look, I'm all oily now. Go back over this training, rewatch it, take all the information in so that you can apply it, whether you grab any other options that I gave you or not. I gave you the blueprint here. Now it's up to you. This is the playbook. It's up to you to take the ball and run with it. All right. Let me know below if you have any questions about anything, if you need more clarity, so that you give me direction on what I should create more videos about on this page. And other than that, I will see you on social media and everywhere else. Bye.